Alright, I'm answering shorts. I got filled at. I'm trying to see. Bro, holy fuck. No way niggas actually tried doing this type of shit. Like 637. Let's get a good fill. 0.57. Yeah. Alright. Oh shit, I forgot to put spy. Fuck me. Damn. Holy shit. What the fuck? My friends are fucking texting me. I'm at 15%. Alright, now let's see if we could hold this to go lower. I'm up almost 20%. I'm gonna pay attention to this shit. Alright, so now what am I gonna look for to continue holding this trade? Well, first of all, I'm gonna sell a little bit. Alright. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, 25% ain't that much. Let's now about. I wanna take like a fat trim at 30. There we go. Let's go on the smaller time frames to see what the fuck. Yeah, cause nigga. Alright, I'm gonna hold runners all the way to like here. If we close above this series of candles right here, then I'm gonna sell my position. Like fully, nigga, like I don't give a fuck. But if we could actually have like that push down, like that trade is supposed to go, then I'll hold that bitch. I ain't gonna lie, bro. There's no point in me going live if I know none of y'all niggas would have taken this shit. You still holding your Tesla con? I've been sold that bitch. I could have did another year, but I didn't. I want to graduate on time with my friends, which was a stupid idea. I wish I stayed learn more trading. You wanted to stay in school? Damn! Fuck me, I just got stopped out on my runners. I put my shit at plus 5%. Lives are not pointless. Sometimes I feel like it is pointless, I ain't gonna lie. Like, oh, look at shit, bro. But to me, I feel like, alright, so it's the end of the live now, so I kind of just wanted to make this trade recap video just so you guys can understand what I was basically like thinking. Obviously, the live is or was or whatever the fuck. You guys saw that in the live how I took the trade. Right, so what I kind of wanted to expect to see was basically this sell-off right here, but we did ended up getting stopped out on our position, right? Um, what were we holding up that got us stopped out? On the 15-minute, we saw that we had this bearish fair value gap here, right? So we had that bearish fair value gap keeping us underneath. We never got any kind of closes above, right? So this was basically keeping us and holding us down, right? So if we mark again our fibs, we could see that price lines up with the 15-minute, right? So as long as we kept underneath here, it was shorts all day, right? And for me, I didn't really like notice that until I saw that on the 10-minute. So for me to actually take a trade on the 15-minute, I would have not taken zero TDs. And again, same thing with like the 10-minute, I would take zero TDs but in a light position. But if I'm gonna hold, knowing that these contracts or these contracts are 0-day contracts, they start burning like again more during the day. 0-day contracts for me, I will play them on the 3-minute, right? And I'll be in light on the 10-minute, right? But again, I should have held at least 1-day contracts if I knew or we were still holding underneath this 15-minute here, right? Because again, the 10 and the 15 both lined up, right? The 10-minute got inversed, right? But the 15-minute was still holding very nicely underneath. And from there, we could have stayed in our position again if we took in 1-day contracts. This trade would have basically never been stopped out. And we were going to, again, target these lows here to potentially again uh either flip sides to target these highs again or continue all the way down to these lows. Again, how do we know we're going to hold down to these lows is by holding 5-minute fair value gaps to the downside and breaking those smaller time frame lower lows, basically continuing a downtrend. And again, here what happened here was just we got stuck in consolidation a little bit. So after we did get like our first rejection, where was it? We instantly had like a move back to the upside, which again, that wasn't really ideal. If we really wanted to see this trade fall through, like if we wanted this move here, then we would have wanted to see candles to continue like closing underneath, not closing above, which is why I stopped out. Again, it's important to stop out on your original position. You could always re-enter for a better fill, right? There's a difference between revenge trading and re-entering for with a better fill, which is stopping out on your runners in profits and then just waiting for it to get back to your entry but on a better fill. Never revenge trade because you want to make the losses or you want to make your losses back. That's revenge trading. Um, you trying to get a better entry on your fill is not revenge trading. Again, if you already took profits on your runners. If your setup is still valid, here the setup was basically still valid because again, we were holding underneath the change in a state on the 10-minute, and we were also holding the 15-minute fair value gap, which again is the discount area, the OTE, the golden zone, right? If we were holding underneath that, then it's puts, and that's why I had that. Or the reason I had the whole like bearish bias was again we had these two fair value gaps that were inversed, and then after that we had our change in the state. We also had like a change in the state here, and we were actually retesting basically this change in the state. But the higher time frame change in the state, or basically the one where I would have seen the higher move, would have been this one, right? You could also mark this as a change in the state. I also saw this as well, right? But I kind of like having that stronger, like that more, how do I say it? When it's like a lower high, right? Or any like kind of like points like this, like the obvious like point. I like it kind of like that because it's more like stronger, right? This still is valid too, right? You could take trades like this. Obviously, if it retests back inside here, then you could take a trade down here. Um, but yeah, I kind of like marking this. Like I knew this was here too, but I just had this marked out just because. Um, I wanted to see more bearish confluences, right? The more bearish confluences I see, the more likely that we're gonna take it to the downside, right? And another reason why I was bearish today as well was because again we wanted to take some lows before we actually entered at the high. Right here we just had all these stacked highs, right? Not really like inserting any new ones, so I was seeing that we were struggling to take highs, so then we were just gonna try taking some lows before we even get back to those highs up there, right? Also, let's go on the hourly. We see that we expanded through and we wanted to insert that hourly lower low, right? Because what do we do every single time? We expand, sell off. Right here we had like this huge ass sell off, but again that was just us after like expanding all this, we sold off like that. Or it was this, all this expansion, we sold off eventually, right? Because price isn't gonna just continue to be linear like this. We need those pullbacks to again continue higher. And let's just kind of zoom in. But yeah, after kind of noticing we kind of needed that little sell off on the hour, then what could we target? We could target higher time frame fair value gaps, which again, this could be a potential target, or these draws in liquidity are also potential targets, right? Now, if we also go on the hourly, like more inside, we see that we actually retraced into, or we were holding underneath an hourly here, right? Then we were also inversing, or now we are inversing this hourly, so now we could fully try taking this trade all the way down to these lows, right? But now we're getting higher time frame confluences that we're gonna hold underneath, and we also got our higher time frame change in a state right here. So that's what led my bias to bearish, and that's what's gonna keep my bias for bearish. If I'm looking to take another trade, I'm gonna be looking for more shorts, basically back into the retrace into here to continue lower, and that's how I decided, or that's how I chose my bias.